want to appreciate the APC for finding women worthy to not just sit on the table, but to drive the financial and economic recovery of this country. Since 2015 till date, we've had women appointed by Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari as the Ministers of Finance. And this is not a joke of appointment. It's one of the, in fact, it's the bane of the country. The economy is what fuels and rides and drives the people, the country, government. And women have always sat on that seat. Thanks to the APC, thanks to our gender-friendly president, President Muhammadu Buhari. Beyond that, we've also had credible women who have been appointed in various federal executive positions, agencies, and parastatals of government. Our yen, as Oliver Twist, is still for more.
Yes.
We also want to appreciate the APC governors, our brothers, our fathers, for finding women also worthy to serve in the executive positions in their various states, as well as in the local government. Today, for the first time, we have the twinning system, which is an international recommendation to include all women in the arms of government, being implemented in one of the APC states. Beyond that, we've also had states that had very few women in the local government positions, occupying positions today as deputy chairman, as chairman, as councillors, and they are doing tremendously well, like our economy is doing very well. This is the first time that, you know, a developing nation could come out of recession in a very short time. What all of this shows is that the women in the APC are women with capacity, women that really reflects and defends the position, the Chinese proverb, that when you give a woman power, if you put a woman in government, the economy, the country will be secured and multiply higher than ever before. What we are asking for in our recommendations, having received the blessings of the APC since 2015 till date, is that we should have more women sit in the arms of affairs of the party. Globally, women are the peacemakers. We are the unifying factor of every economy, of every country. And so, with a party like the APC that is, you know, built up out of diverse interests, if we have more women sitting on the table, managing the affairs of the party, from being national chairman of the party, to secretary, to treasurer, across board, from the national to the state, to the local government, to the unit, I'm sure we would have a stronger APC, an APC that will win all elections. Statistics also shows that the highest number of participants in elections are women. And so I can imagine if we have more women heading the affairs of our party, the Great All Progressives Congress would have tremendous impact in the society and will win all the 36 states in this country. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, please help us actualize all our recommendations. Do not put it aside if you love the APC. Yes. Do not put it aside if you are born of a woman.
Yes.
Do not put it aside if you have beautiful wives and daughters. Yes. sentence I just called. And I'm sure every man here, hearing me and sitting here, was born and made of a woman. And also loves women. So we need to see that gender love, gender equality displayed in the new constitution that we'll be adopting. And so, Mr. Chairman, I want to appreciate you for the good work you are doing, and appreciate you also in advance for implementing our recommendations. We are not asking for anything new. We are just asking that you uphold what should be done as ascribed in the Holy Quran and in the Bible. We are your helpmates. So give us that winning system. Give us that position that you know we are very qualified to hold. And we will not fail the APC as we have not failed the Nigerian-African. Thank
you. We are the backbone of the country. We are certainly the backbone of this party. Statistics have shown that in 2023, there will be 6.2 million voters, eligible voters that were not born in 2003 when Buhari started running for office. Statistically, 6.2 million. We have never won since card reader came into being. No election has been won with more than 2 million votes. No election has been won with more than 2 million votes. So I'm not talking about young people 40 below. I'm talking about people that will turn 18, 19, 20, 21. Between 2019, when the last election happened, to 2023 are 6.2 million people, Mr. Chairman. That is more than enough to win any election any day. So if the simple statistics does not scare you or does not encourage you about the viability and the strength and the energy of young people, Mr. Chairman, then the simple test of what could have happened, a disaster, which it could be either a demographic dividend or a demographic disaster, and we saw it with the NSAS. Not more than 5,000 young people scattered the whole of this country. Not more than 5,000 young people scattered the whole of this country in November last year, in October last year. Mr. Chairman, that demography can be a dividend, not a disaster. And there is no reason on earth why the future will be built with those who are not going to live in it. The future should be built with those who will live in it, Mr. Chairman. And therefore it must be built with the people who will what? Live. Mr. Chairman, we have made serious recommendations that are very serious here. First of all, there are many directors in this party. But to my greatest surprise, the women wing and the youth wing that ought to have directors that will mobilize them do not have directors in the name of directors, paid civil servants. They should be inculcated. There should be a proper youth wing, not just youth leader that will be allocated to one leader somewhere that will carry his houseboy to come and be a youth leader. No. Not a woman leader that will be given allocated to one leader somewhere that will allocate somebody to fill the position. That will sit at NWC meetings to just report to his boss. And she doesn't carry the women and he doesn't carry the boss. No. There should be a proper youth wing, a proper women wing, and those wings should choose their leaders to represent them in NWC. To represent them in NWC. There are positions, Mr. Chairman, there are positions that you need people that are highly educated, mobile, and energetic. There are so many recommendations here. 2023 is fast approaching. Me, I'm a realist, Mr. Chairman. It is going to be the first election in 20 years without Buhari on the ballot. And we all know that Buhari comes to election with 10 million votes. If Buhari is no longer on the ballot, half of those votes are gone. You need to show them all. Where are you going to go and look for them, young people? Any party that does not cater and does not pander to young people in 2023, believe me, it is at the verge of extinction. And we cannot be leaders in this party and members of this party and allow this party to work itself into extinction just because some people want to make it a retirement home. We will not allow it. So, Mr. Chairman, our recommendations are very deliberate, our recommendations are fair, our recommendations are clear. Bring the young people, create the future with those who are going to live in it.
Example of good leader. Good leader.
This is not a surprise at all. Why? Because this is the group, if I may put some guess to, in terms of the percentage of their contributions to our party, I can say this group constitutes 70% of our party. If not more. Remember 2018, 2019, we had women and youth campaign group, and we know what they did. We know how they turned things completely for the PDP. So it's not for me to make the case. The case has been made out. The assurance I can give is that our presence here today is a statement on the importance we attach to the role of our mothers, sisters, daughters, and the youth, and of course, our colleagues, those with physical disability, who have demonstrated in no uncertain terms right across the country their love for this party and their engagement with the political process. The time has gone past when they will sit back and simply wait for people to take decisions on their behalf. They have resolved rightly to engage and be part of the political process and the leadership. Incidentally, we didn't go into introductions, but the gentleman who spoke on behalf of the physically challenged is the Executive Secretary of the National Disabilities Commission. For the first time, this government set up this commission in the history of this country. And from this caretaker committee, he was picked to head this organization. So what can we say about our party? It's a party that is very, very sensitive to these various interests. And I've read through the constitution of many parties, here and abroad. And I can tell you, even now as it is, with the present constitution, there is none which has attempted to capture positions for women and the youth. I can tell you they are already touching on things that we've already resolved to consider. Not preempting anything. Mr. Ryan mentioned something that we have already resolved on it, even at this preliminary stage. And fortunately, with the two of them in the National Caretaker Committee, they will be there to support all the measures that we are going to propose. And Madam, as I said, the sun has already risen for us in this business. So we are going to see through this together with you and all the stakeholders. And even Mr. President, as we now know, is completely for empowerment of women and youth.